Hello there, and welcome to another time-sticking YouTube video. You might notice I have my racing stripes on today. It's because we're going to be covering Christian Bale, his upcoming film, and some wristwatches that are featured in some of his films. So stick with us through this intro, and let's have a look at some of those with you. Now, a newly released trailer for Ford v Ferrari just got dropped a couple of days ago, and it's got the internet buzzing over stars Matt Damon and Christian Bale. Both actors over the course of their careers have stolen the show in indie film favorites and blockbusters alike. The latter of the two actors, Mr. Bale, has played two particularly wealthy characters in his films. This has placed some pretty big names on Bale's wrist. As a result of his profession, he's also worn some other noteworthy watches while taking on other starring roles. With Ford v Ferrari releasing soon, we here at Time Sticking are looking forward to any retro racing timepieces Bale might be wearing in the film. Until then, we join other horologically minded folks in admiring his other time-oriented co-stars in his films. Between his portrayals of Bruce Wayne in Batman and American Psycho's Patrick Bateman, Bale sports some standout pieces worth highlighting. The first watch we're going to be covering today is going to be the Rolex Datejust in American Psycho. This particular wristwatch didn't get as much screen time as a lot of the other co-stars in the film. In order for the watch to appear in this movie, the filmmakers had to agree to not let the watch be worn in any of the scenes where Patrick Bateman, played by Bale, committed explicit, heinous, or horrific acts. That narrowed down how often he could be seen wearing the Datejust, considering the graphic violence throughout the flick. But it was an appropriate piece for the character. Taking place in the high society business life of New York in the 1980s, American Psycho required its main character to portray affluence to the max. Rolex's classic auto wine fit the bill quite nicely. During the day, Bateman is successfully slaughtering his way up the corporate ladder. Every aspect of his appearance is meticulous, down to his expensive wristwatch. His depravity and narcissism are so over the top, it's meant to satirize the very type of person Bale is portraying. A Wall Street business type whose hubris is driving him to madness. What's no joke or satire is the unique history of Bateman's timepiece. Originally released in 1945 to celebrate Rolex's 40th anniversary, the Rolex Datejust was the first automatic winding chronometer wristwatch with a functioning automatic date window. Considering the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde life of Patrick Bateman, it's particularly important for him to keep track of the date and time to not get caught, no matter how far his mind slips. Considering the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde life of Patrick Bateman, it's particularly important for him to keep track of the date and time to not get caught, no matter how far his mind slips. Just don't look for this piece in the film's many graphic scenes. Rolex is sticking to the business side of things. One little difference from Bateman, Batman was another very wealthy character that Bale has taken on the big screen. As the story goes, Bruce Wayne is a multi-billionaire who portrays a playboy lifestyle, trying to mislead people into believing he only cares about himself. There are actually some parallels between The Dark Knight and Patrick Bateman. Before digressing down the similarities between Patrick Bateman and Bruce Wayne's portrayal of himself, there are quite a few key differences between the characters. Instead of taking down innocent people at night, The Dark Knight takes down criminals for Gotham. When Bruce Wayne is done nursing wounds, he has to make the occasional appearance on behalf of Wayne Industries. Playing the part well, Wayne wears a Jaeger-LeCoultre modeled Reverso Grand Tile, an even more expensive watch than Bateman's Rolex in American Psycho. Incorporating some Dark Knight stealth into its design, the case of the Reverso can be, big spoiler, reversed to hide the crystal face down toward the wearer's wrist. So if Bruce wants to protect his mechanical watch after accidentally wearing it on the graveyard shift, Jaeger-LeCoultre's got his dial covered. Before we move on from this particular Batman watch, it is important to note that Val Kilmer's Batman wore it first. In fact, Jaeger-LeCoultre actually has made special edition Batman versions of the Reverso watch due to its film appearances. If anyone is looking for a special edition of the Reverso though, be sure to have some deep pockets if you want to pick one up. Ahead we have some honorable mentions. Aside from the two timepieces we've highlighted today, Christian Bale has also worn two other noteworthy watches over the last couple of decades. In the film Vice, he wears another Rolex, an all-gold Oyster Perpetual. The other wristwatch is from a lesser-known brand called Android USA. In the cult dystopian sci-fi flick Equilibrium in 2000, Bale wears a sleek, futuristic model AD52K from Android. There couldn't be two more different watches to compare side by side in this honorable mention section. One watch, the Android, is 2 quartz movements built into one stainless steel watch. Its simple and sleek design matched the aesthetic of Equilibrium, but is no Rolex. The Rolex Perpetual Calendar watch featured in Vice is more mechanically diverse. Oyster Perpetual watches have a calendar that self-adjusts to the year 2100. If any of them makes it that far, maybe they'll get their own futuristic film debut. But of course, folks will be calling it the present by then. Where the Android has the futuristic looks with simpler guts, Bale's Rolex in Vice has a complex movement in solid gold built into the case and band, having a more traditional look. This contrast matches the contrasting characters that Bale has taken on during his career. Taking on a diverse range of roles gives time-conscious audience members something to look forward to with Christian Bale's film exploits. On that note, chronograph watches are a cornerstone of the motor car racing industry. Just like Steve McQueen, Bale will likely be sporting top-of-the-line era-appropriate racing wristwatches in Ford v Ferrari. With his co-star Matt Damon likely following suit with this aspect of wardrobe, it's going to be a horological delight. So keep your eyes peeled for more posts from us. We'll definitely be covering Ford v Ferrari, other Christian Bale movies, and a wide variety of entertainment watches as we move forward. And in the meantime, let us know what you think about these watches. Have we missed something from Christian Bale? We have a comment section below, so have at it. Hello, and thanks for watching our YouTube video today. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and you can find similar videos right here. For more new and interesting content from Time Sticking on our channel, please subscribe at the link here. And for more information about wristwatch repair and watch maintenance generally, you can find us at timesticking.com. Thanks so much and have a great day.